Do you think you can get behind lab-grown meat? A lot of people have asked me to talk about this topic, so let's dive into it. Lab-grown meats are made much the same way that brain organoids are made. They take stem cells and they encourage them to become the right tissue type. These are massive bioreactors we're growing them in, which we would not use for brain organoids unless we wanted a whole bunch. This is real lab-grown chicken, and I gotta say, that does look pretty appetizing. One of the concerns that I have is that it's going to taste like as domestic could get. Have you ever had a wild turkey or deer and noticed that it tasted pretty gamey? It took me a while to get used to it. Turns out the gamey flavor is because that animal exercises. It gets to run around and use those muscles and has lots of lean tissue. Whereas our friends, the domestic turkeys, they have breasts so large they can't really move them. So that dry taste you get to turkey breast is because that is atrophied muscle you're eating. The other concern is that if they just grow the muscle tissue alone, it won't have that marbling. Fat is the vehicle of flavor. So scientists can actually take those stem cells and ask them to become adipose cells, fat cells, and mix it in so that it can have the proper marbling and might actually taste like a steak. And that is a lab-grown burger. I would definitely try that. The exercise issue, by the way, is why free range almost always tastes better than animals that were kept in cages, not allowed to move. And growing meat in a lab is going to solve a lot of problems, including pollution. Cows cause a lot of pollution, which is a problem because it feeds into our fertilizer issues and causes more nitrogen to end up in our waterways. I'm working on alternative fertilizers. It can also prevent us from getting a lot of diseases. So if you're eating lab-grown meat, you're never going to have the risk of prions. So for me, if it can be tasty enough, I will eat it.